Hello, it's Scott Manley here, and today I am really glad to bring you a first look at Gratuitous Space Battles 2, the sequel to, well, Gratuitous Space Battles, which is a great game full of gratuitous space battles. Let's just take a look and show you how the game works. I'm just going to pick this one, deploy the fleet, and you see I already have a fleet deployed. I have this Dreadnought, which is a new ship class which was not in the original. We have some destroyers who are assigned to stay in formation and escort this. They too are new classes of spacecraft. And then we have these gunships called Outflanked. They are a new class. They haven't really been assigned to do anything. I should probably add a new order to protect this guy. How about that? Not sure how that's going to work. Let's put some fighters in here too as well. Fighters now have to be assigned to a carrier vehicle, otherwise they are not able to operate. So let's fight. Now, I can keep adding spacecraft. You see how I have honor and pilots and stuff available? But the more stuff I add, the less my rewards at the end. So let's fight.
Enemy fleet detected ahead.
Enemy fleet detected, and here I am, warping in. Let's you can zoom right in very quickly. I can drag it around. We can get a nice close look at my spacecraft as it's deploying these fighters and gunships. Whoa, and there are the hostiles. Now this is all a custom 2D graphics engine, right? It's entirely developed. It's not using Unity or any of the other systems. It uses DirectX 9 apparently. You know, the game is... It's all in 2D. All of the ships are... You can design them to be whatever you want. You can make them look like... Uh-oh, my Dreadnought shields are failing. Let's right-click and see what's going on with my Dreadnought. Looks like the armor's taking some damage. Shield is down. These things clearly don't have particularly good shields. Where are the shields? Who put shields in this thing? Because clearly they're not very good. You can see, yeah, I guess this is firing shield disruptors and things at bombers. Not sure if that's debugging output or if that will be in the final release, which should be towards the end of this month. Now this one here is taking a bit of punishing, and I can zoom in on it. Oh, actually it is still, the shields are still up on this. You see how the lasers are just bouncing off those shields there? Darn, whereas my Dreadnought here is actually taking some serious damage. You can see holes getting blown in the hull here, see that? Uh-oh, yeah, bits getting blown off my ship. It's looking rather bad here. I think I may be on the wrong side of this battle. Although it looks there are holes in this ship now. Now I can't get the same detail because this is a hostile ship, so I can only see its approximate hull values and everything. Okay. Now, it's all in 2D, but everything moves at different levels, so as I pan around you can see the spacecraft kind of move over the top, above and below each other to provide some idea of perspective. It's a feature that wasn't in the original game, but Gratuitous Space Battles 2 really has improved on the original in every way. Enemy cruiser has been obliterated. Now it's this one here. You can see its lights flickering as it starts to take power loss and everything. What do we see? 71%. Hopefully we could see the death of this thing in slow motion. Now of course I can adjust the speed here. I can drop the speed down. We can really appreciate the damage being done. Or we can make it go faster if we like, if we really just want to see the battle happen very quickly. Now I gotta stress that during this battle I am not having any indirect interaction with these spacecraft. Watching the battle is just so you can figure out what kind of tactics works. Let's zoom things all the way down so we can see this taking the final, in its final death throes, while its friends are unable to protect it. Nuclear Kitten is performing attacks, which is interesting because yeah, Exploding Kittens just managed to make some ridiculous amount of money, like $8 million from an initial Kickstarter pledge of 10,000 is what they were hoping for. Oh yes, look at that. How we doing? 4%. It is not long for this world. Let us watch the destruction in glorious slow motion. The lights are failing. The power can't keep the lights on. Yes. Also fun. Look at the escape pods running away with everybody getting names. Yes, everybody gets names. Nobody is anonymous in these battles. With copier, captain, co-pilot, deck scrubber, science officer, launch tube assistant. Great work, a very cost-effective pulverizing of the enemy fleet. Expect a substantial bonus payout. Yeah, okay, honor earned 0. The reason I only get 0 is because I've previously beat this level with a cheaper fit. If I want to get more, then I need to actually beat it with less, with a more efficient fit.
Research and development mode activated.
So research mode, basically as you complete battles you get honor. Honor can be spent on things like modules, you know, emergency repair systems, ship hulls. We have the Churchill, the Rand class cruiser, the Kant, the Confucius, the Cicero. All these different kinds. These are alien. Some of these are alien races, some of these are human. Now, in terms of races, I stupidly went and unlocked them all. On the surface, a bunch of terrifying bloodthirsty warriors, but scratch beneath that and you'll find an incredibly thoughtful, academic and empathic race who just want to be understood and talked to. Unfortunately, the history of their species means they are culturally wed to a system of advancement and respect through extreme violence and warfare, and none of the politicians or philosophers have managed to wean them off the bloodthirsty rituals and violent foreign policy. The only progress that is visible is that they are likely to apologise over comms channels as they obliterate your ship, and often feel bad about it after the event. Yeah, so they're interesting. You have the Yutan, who are like, I don't know, space frat boys. And the Zutari, our efficient, serious, emotionless race. What is it? Originally genetically engineered by a superior race, long dead, and given genetic instructions to explore the galaxy. A single genetic error has interpreted their core mission as explode the galaxy instead. Okay, so yeah, you've got that. You also have components which are cosmetic parts for ships. And we'll go and take a look at some of these. Okay, so the ship design pretty much uses the same model that was in the previous game. We have a bunch of modules here. We have a hull, which you can pick from a list of hulls, some of which need to be unlocked. You have weapon systems and things that need to go in specific mounts. And then you have power and crew, which balance out what you can actually sustain on your spacecraft. You need to have engines, you need to have shields and armor, and hopefully the whole thing works together as something powerful and formidable on the battlefield. Oh yeah, the different hulls give you boosts to and penalties to different features. So this has armor boost and power output boost, but some of the things have penalties, for example. But one of the things that's been added with this release is the ability to adjust the visuals. Now, this is the sample frigate, right? But large parts of this are cosmetic. You know, you can go in and you can very easily change all this. In fact, if I go and I do a drag and select, I can get rid of all this stuff and just leave the bare hull behind. Oh, there's a bit that I forgot. Get rid of these things flying around. And of course, you can now take this and you can redesign it. You can change the color if you like. You can make it blue or yellow or whatever. Yes, you can even try to find a flesh tone, and it's very the time to penis is very, very short. So yes, we all know people will do that. I don't think it's necessarily appropriate for my channel, but I do think it was rather funny when I did it. So yeah, there's an engine. Now, of course, the engine should be below the engine bell. There we go, you see, so I adjust the Z-axis. And we got an engine in there. Oh, look at that. Isn't that brilliant? You can have bits that rotate as well. I think you saw that, so you can adjust the rotation speed if that's going to be important. You can... what could you try and do? You could probably build some really cool... you could build like space walruses. Oh yeah, you also have pre-built parts available to you if you want. These are being obviously compiled by someone else. Symmetry, not required. So yeah, there's my asymmetric cruiser coming together. Not sure what that is, but it looks like a solar panel or something. Makes absolutely no sense for why we'd have it on a battleship, but never mind. There, let's save that. Okay, and let's throw some ridiculous ideas out there and see what happens. Glad ships, sample frigates, sample fighters, sample dreadnoughts, sample cruisers. Yeah, we don't need these ones. Yeah, we need a few of these things. Let's just put let's put a bunch of these dreadnoughts on there and see what happens. And more destroyers. We have tons of honor to spend here. Let's put a bunch of these Kerbal things out there. Just to see how the Kerbals fight their battles. And then there's these ones which have kind of spinny bits on the front that have absolutely no effect, but hey, they looked kind of cool. Sample destroyers. I could probably put together a decent strategy as well with a general fleet. I'm not really spending the time to actually try to put that together because you're watching this video and it's much more interesting to see gratuitous space battles rather than long, careful design processes. Yeah, let's just do that and then make them fight together. Can I copy all this? No. Okay, the other thing I need is my fighters. Fighters, they all need to be assigned to a carrier. Let's assign them there. That's good. Let's put some more destroyers here. Why not? Destroyer, destroyer, destroyer. Okay, let's fight. Let's see what happens.
Enemy fleet detected.
Enemy fleet detected ahead. That's why we're here. Oh yeah, look at that. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if I picked more interesting colors? This is like dazzle camouflage here. Let's accelerate time. So we need to get in close. Here comes the first vanguard of the enemy fleet. We're gonna greet them with laser fire. Okay, well that's doing... Destroyers now can be set up to be very effective anti-fighter platforms. Uh-oh. I guess my frigate already died. That did not look good. I'm probably severely outnumbered here. Ah, there. See, this thing's taken some damage. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, little too slow.
Cruiser shields failing.
Oh, no! This is the irregular speed. Ah, yes, look at that. You can't repel firepower of this magnitude. That's because my fleet is awesome. Let's watch it in slow motion. Another salvo of missiles into their hull. Oh yes. Watch the escape pods. There's the escape pod, carrying the navigator, the pilot, the cook, and the first officer. This one has the chief deck scrubber. They just took out our shields. That was pretty nifty shooting. You have to give them that, to be fair. Enemy vessel eliminated. Either that or they have launched an impromptu fireworks display. He shoots, he scores. All are welcome to worship at my altar of marksmanship. Yes, that's pretty awesome. I should just time accelerate and watch my fleet fail in the face of these hostiles. Uh-oh, no effect. That's not good. This thing is totally... we have nothing that is damaging this thing.
Cruiser shields failing.
That's... oh, God, look at these. These are their dreadnoughts. They have better spinny things. Look at those. Those dishes are, like, angled and 3D affected. Yeah.
Our cruisers has been destroyed.
I think it will not be the first one. It will not be the last one.
Cruiser shields
Oh, at least this is dying. Okay, this is all 100%. How come this thing is surviving the onslaught? Oh, is it maybe this thing is repairing it? No. Oh no, this is dying as well now. Yes. Excellent. That's what I want to hear. Ah, radiation damage. I can always use some extra heads. Oh, there goes my dreadnought. I think I need more spacecraft. more fearful weapons. Here's these ones here with their spinny things that were designed to scare the enemy.
We are taking radiation.
I have no idea why I would do that, to be honest, but hey, it looked pretty cool. Yes, there's no special bonus for the best looking spacecraft. Not that these things would be contenders, but yeah, you know, have fun with that. Obviously, I'm not playing to win here because they're not even anywhere close to winning. They are doomed. I'm doomed. My entire fleet is doomed. I have doomed them. And obviously my next plan is to go back and redesign this fleet, redesign their loadout, redesign their tactics, so that they are to be undoomed in future versions. And then once I've undoomed them and have beaten the enemy, I can try to beat the enemy with less honour spent. And therein lies the challenge in gratuitous space battles. Once you've defeated one set of one fleet, you go back and do it again using less resources, and I am defeated. The game is Gratuitous Space Battles 2. I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.